So we all know that in 2025, over 300,000 Black women lost their jobs. Specifically, 319,000 Black women lost their jobs between February and July of 2025. But did you know that 365,000 white men gained jobs in this country during that time? Now, it's clear that Black women in this country have a target on their backs. DEI has been eliminated, so not only is the federal government cutting jobs, but private, public companies are eliminating DEI, making it easy for them to get rid of us in these organizations. And with us being forced out, we're questioning whether or not we want to go back. A lot of you, I know just from the emails that I've received, from the comments that I've read, want to do something different. You don't want to go back to corporate, but you don't know how. You don't know where to start, right? So if that is you, if you are in a situation where you don't want to go back to corporate, you've had enough of that, this is the episode for you. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about how you need to prepare and what now. I do want to share some very key focus areas if you are truly serious about embarking on the entrepreneurial journey. It's a mindset. It's not for the faint at heart. It's not for everybody, and that's okay. And we'll talk about those who don't want to go on the entrepreneurial journey more in the future, but this episode is for those who do. So welcome to the Coffee No Cream podcast. My name is Erin Braxton. I am the host of Coffee No Cream. Here on Coffee No Cream, we are unapologetically dedicated to Black women, and we share what I like to call Coffee No Cream moments, those things that happen to us Black women in business and in life just because we are Black. Now, I want to get into this. I want to share with you what is the next step, or what do you need to be doing now if this is something that you are truly, seriously considering. And I think a lot of us get things twisted. I think we are all on the internet. We all fall victim to scrolling, and we all fall victim to sales and tactics that are used to convince us that if just this, then we can end up here. If we do this down here, we can end up here. All right. And I'm here to tell you, as a person who scrolls on TikTok, who've watched influencers, creators, people tell you that, you know what, if you want to make multi-$1,000s a week, multi-$1,000s a month, multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, that you should go into this and you should go into that. I'm just going to dispel the myth right now. There is nothing that you can do that is out there for you to do that is that easy. If you want to be an entrepreneur, it is a mindset. That's just the first part. All right. When people tell you, I do this and this and I've made all this money, I'm not saying that all of those people are lying, because a lot of them maybe aren't lying. I do know that if you do decide to embark on something and you're trying to do something for yourself, you're trying to earn money for yourself, it's a responsibility for one, it's a mindset for two. And if you're not hella passionate about it, you're probably going to fall off in about a week or two, or maybe you'll last even longer than that. But you have to be clear that this is something that you want to do. Many influencers, many experts, gurus in their space are really good at selling. Okay. So when you're scrolling and you come across somebody who is trying to convince you that this is the thing that made them all this money, maybe it did. And, you can make all this money too. You just need to do these things or buy their course and this, that, and the third. Maybe their course works. I'm not sure. But I know that them selling to you and convincing you that their course is the thing to do, their course or whatever they're offering you is the way to financial freedom and success, has everything to do with their financial freedom and success. They wouldn't be talking to you on the internet if they were not trying to get something from you. I mean, everybody does. Obviously, I'm here trying to build a community. I'm going to talk to you about something in a minute that is going to offer you something, but I'm telling you and I'm warning you that you really have to vet who you're looking at, who you're looking to for this advice. And here's the deal. When we are forced out of our jobs, when we are forced out of these positions, it does not mean that we are ready. So when we've been forced out and we're anxious, we're nervous, we're scared, we have fear, and we start scrolling, it will cause us to glom on and grab onto any hope that we can, thinking that this is going to be the thing that's going to elevate us. This is going to be the thing that's going to help save us from going broke or help us make millions or whatever it is that people are promising. Okay. And even when you look at a lot of these gurus who are out here selling you something, and somebody recently talked to me about they were tired of the white man way of selling. And I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And it's that whole, they get you in with a tripwire. Like you spend, maybe $19, $12 on some kind of download or some kind of thing. And then that's not the thing. They're going to try to upsell you, and then they're going to try to upsell you again until you've spent like thousands of dollars with this person. I'm the one who has bought a lot of courses. I am the one who has been in a lot of membership programs. And I'm just here to tell you a lot of times they're very surface level. Not that the creator of these programs is not well intended, but there is nothing you can do that is going to eliminate the work that's going to come with making money, with being a successful entrepreneur. So be leery of scrolling, be leery of falling victim to a lot of the hype around doing this or doing that, because at the end of the day, if you're not passionate about it, you're not going to continue to do it. That's just point blank, period, the truth. I wouldn't be here every week for the last, almost 40 weeks. Are we at 40? We're going to be at 40. Almost 40 weeks if I wasn't passionate and committed to coming and talking to you. And that just goes for anything that you do. All right. So I know you're scared. I know you have fear. But let's just talk about some of the things that you can do without falling victim to slick, very, very good salespeople on the internet to buy their product. So we're going to talk about 3 ways that you need to really tap in to moving yourself forward to becoming an entrepreneur. And they may seem basic to you, but they are very, very important because, we are sitting at a very particular time and there's just so much being thrown at us, and we really need to zero in and figure out our shit, okay, in order to be successful. Okay, so the first thing, you need to look at your capacity, okay? When I say capacity, I'm talking about capacity in 3 ways. There's time, there's finances, and there's emotions, okay? So time, obviously, is finite. We only have so much time. All right. That goes without saying. But what I'm going to add to that is the emotional component of capacity. Again, being an entrepreneur is a mindset. You've got to get your mind wrapped around it. It takes a lot of responsibility to be an entrepreneur. You've got to pay for your own health care. You've got to figure out your own retirement. You've got to pay your people. You've got to pay for the bookkeeping and the accounting. You've got to file your taxes. I mean, I could go on. It's a responsibility. I don't say that to scare you. I'm just telling you there's a lot involved. So when you've got so much time, that's true. When you've got to think about what it takes, the toll it takes on you emotionally, mentally, those two go hand in hand. Because when you are mentally fucked up or emotionally unavailable or distracted or just off your center, that is even more consuming of your time. All right. So when people say things like, well, when you make enough money and you don't have to be concerned with money, then you have time to be creative and do all the creative things and time for the creative thoughts to come through. This is very true. Okay. When you are super duper broke, it's very much more difficult to think of anything else other than money. It's very difficult. And on top of that, you might have to do things in order to make money. So I'm just saying this to you just so you understand that if emotionally you're completely consumed with making money or what's going on in your personal life or what's going on at your job, whatever it is, it might not be the right time to step out on this entrepreneurial path. You've got to know that it is very much an emotional thing, because when you birth this business that you're going to birth, it's going to become your baby. And if you've already got real human babies, your business is going to become an additional baby, and you are going to be so emotionally tied to it. All right. So time, emotion, do you have the capacity for either of those? And then, of course, financially, sure, you need to have some financial capacity. Do you have any runway between, the corporate job and what you're trying to do? That's very, very important. And in another episode, I'm going to, because I've been researching some bridge hustles for you guys, which might take me a while to really figure out, but I've been researching some. So, financially, maybe you're going to have to get a bridge hustle going, a bridge job, your side hustle to make money. That's going to take you outside of your house, which is time, which is going to kind of affect you emotionally. So all of these things. So really determining if you have the capacity. And if you don't have one of those things, how can you get yourself in the place so that you are ready to embark on this journey? Again, not trying to scare you, just trying to let you know what it takes. All right. And, I think being a business owner is very fun and exciting. But if any of this is scaring you, maybe that's the sign. Okay. Next, we've got capacity. Now we've got the transferable leverage. By this, I mean your need to put yourself out there. Okay. A lot of times this is a scary one. If you are going to go into business for yourself, if you're pivoting into that, you have got to put yourself out there. All right. Now, a lot of times people are talking about what's your personal brand. You hear a lot of people talk about personal brand. And all that really means is, what are you known for? If somebody Googles you, what are they going to find? Because when somebody says your name, when somebody says Erin Braxton, the first thing they're going to do, if they don't know who Erin Braxton is they're going to put me into Google and they're going to see what comes out. They're going to see what it says. And essentially, that is who you are to the world, unless you change it to be who you want to be, or you change it to line up with the personal brand that you're building. When it comes to personal brand, this is something that I was hesitant to do for a long time. I did not do it. I did not put myself out there in the way that I wanted to. I really struggled with figuring out how to communicate about my business. And this is something that's just recently come to me. And so I just held back, and I was very good at helping other people do this. And, playing it safe, not putting myself out there. So when I started this podcast, which was obviously putting myself out there, I can tell you by having this podcast for the last 8 months, it has really changed the game. Just being out here has drawn people to me, not just for the podcast, but also for my business. In the last week, I've had 2 people reach out to me and inquire about the web business, my Rebel Geek business, because they saw me on the podcast, because they heard me just mention it in passing. And that isn't even the point of this podcast, is not to push business to that business. That's not what I'm doing. But I'm out here. People are seeing me. They know who I am now. I'm sharing about myself. I'm letting people know who Erin is. You guys might not know me personally, but you know a lot about me if you watch this podcast. And that's actually kind of cool. It's kind of like, wow, oh, okay, you want to talk to me about my business. Okay, that's actually really cool. So I'm not saying you need to have a podcast. I'm not saying you need to go onto TikTok or Instagram or YouTube and do videos. I'm not saying that, but you do need to begin to put yourself out there. So if you are in a job, you still need to begin to put yourself out there. You need to be working to create your personal brand now. I know it is not comfortable for a lot of you guys. I know it feels weird. I have suffered through those same feelings. One of the reasons that I was not on LinkedIn for many years is because, as you know, I have suffered with imposter syndrome because the careers that I've chosen when it comes to entrepreneurial efforts have been things that I was not trained in, things that I was not schooled in. I was self-taught. So I assumed LinkedIn was for the corporate people, and it wasn't a place for me. I was so stupid. I was wrong. All right. And so now I'm just now getting started with putting out LinkedIn articles and doing videos over on LinkedIn. Is anybody paying attention to me right now? Probably not really. No. But that's okay. That's okay, because I have a business that I'm working on, and people do talk to me on LinkedIn, a few inquiries, and I've only been doing this for a few weeks. People have to know who you are. They have to know what you stand for. They have to know what you're about. They have to know you exist. So if you're working, you have a job, obviously you have to be strategic about putting yourself out there in certain ways, because you have to be careful. If you don't have a job that cares about LinkedIn and you're free to just go do what you need to do, you need to be on LinkedIn. You need to be creating articles and maybe videos. You need to maybe think about, maybe you don't want to do videos. Maybe you want to do, you want to write. You can create a Substack talking about your expertise, less visible if you're working. You can start a newsletter. There are things you can do if you don't want to do this. This is a lot for a lot of people. And a lot of people look at it and they say, oh, I want to do this. I want to do what Erin's doing. I want to do what this podcaster's doing or this creator's doing. It may not be your thing. There are other things you can do. I happen to love to write. I love to write. So every week I send a newsletter. I love to write, once a month I do a more intense newsletter. I could write all day. Maybe that's your thing, but you've got to get yourself out here because it's 2026. There's a lot of noise going on. And when people Google you, you want them to find the information that you want them to find. What you did at your job might not transfer smoothly into what you need to do or want to do as an entrepreneur. So you've got to create that brand for yourself. Whatever that means, you've got to do it. Okay. Finally, support. That's the third thing. Capacity, transferable knowledge, and support, okay? Support is a huge, huge thing. You have friends, you have family, you have people around you that are your go-tos. Those are the people that you talk to about things. And when you decide to do something like start a business, leave a job, not look for something more stable, you're going to get some comments. You need to be around like-minded people in order to find success. It's just an absolute must. I have been able to meet and talk to and find friendship and acquaintances and relationship with so many people who are like me. That has made all the difference. I cannot talk to certain people about starting a business because they don't have a business. I don't want to hear certain people's opinions because they have not walked in my shoes. All right. You need the support to be able to get yourself motivated and keep going. You need that. Starting a business is not easy. You need to be able to talk to people and bounce ideas off of people and just go back and forth and volley ideas. You need accountability. You need all of those things in a support system. So if you're talking to a friend who has never started a business, I don't want you to talk to those people about starting a business. If you're talking to a family member who has fear, I don't want you to talk to those people, because what that's going to do is, whether you know it or not, it's going to seep into your brain and it's going to start to affect you and make you doubt and question. And that's not what you need. If God placed it on your heart, the universe, whomever you seek guidance from, and you know that's what you're supposed to be doing, you cannot jeopardize that by sharing with the wrong people. Recently, just last week, I was accepted into Goldman Sachs's 10,000 small businesses cohort in my region. Okay. This is, an entrepreneurial cohort that's pretty cool to get, it's pretty cool and I guess prestigious. You have to interview, you have to submit all your financials, you have to do a couple of rounds of applications, and then, they tell you if you're accepted. And last week I found out I was accepted. I have a friend that did this over 10 years ago, and I wasn't ready to do it at that time because I wasn't making the money. I wasn't on top of my finances. I couldn't, pull an income statement like I can now, because I actually have a bookkeeper that does my books and keeps me on top of things. And this friend who did this program still meets with this cohort today. They went through the program together. They still meet. They still lean on each other, help each other out. Small business owners together. All right. And the reason I'm so looking forward to this cohort is because obviously these people are vetted. We're all truly in business. We're not half-ass in business. We're not dipping our toe in and not really engaged. We're not in business when we go to the conference, but the other 364 days of the year, we're employed by somebody else. We are seriously in it. And I want to be around people and network with people who are doing and trying to do similar things as me. And when I first came to St. Louis, I got into another cohort where it was similar to that. I was able to meet people. I was able to, and we were actually paid $5,000 just to be there, just to do this cohort. And it was cool. The people in the cohort were cool. Everybody in the cohort wasn't 100% into their business, but the people that I got to meet my mentor that I meet with every single month from doing the cohort, who is like a small business mentor. So, there are benefits to engaging and surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded. You've got to find the right people, because I'm telling you, it's very lonely when you start a business and you want to talk about it all the time and you don't have anybody to talk to, or you try to share some great thing that happened to you that, somebody doesn't necessarily get because they're going in and clocking into a job every day. It's very lonely. So you've got to find the right support system. You've got capacity, you've got transferable knowledge, and you've got support. Those are the three things that I'm guiding you, instructing you, urging you to find if you want to embark on this entrepreneurial journey. Now, I want to add one thing. Women who are interested in leaving this country, because there are reasons a lot of Black women, a lot of Black people are interested in leaving this country, are probably even going to be more intrigued and interested in embarking on this entrepreneurial journey, because that is the way that you're going to be free to go. You're going to establish your business, your income, how you're going to get money when you leave here, when you're out of the country. When I had Valencia Dantzler, I cannot remember what the episode number was. I'll put it up here on the screen. But Valencia moved to Rwanda and she just got tired of it. She left. She's doing her own thing over there. She's got her own clients. She's doing her own business, but she's in Rwanda and loving it. She talked about the organic food and it's so wonderful, and the mountains, it's gorgeous. It's not anywhere I ever considered to move, and I'm not considering moving anytime soon from the United States, but there are Black women who are choosing to move, and being your own boss, having your own thing, a way to make money is the way that you can do that. You don't need to move with a company. You don't need to rely on a company to go and get out of here if that's what you so choose to do. So the entrepreneurial journey can be very appealing to many, many Black women. I know it's appealing to a lot of people, and a lot of people say they want to do this, they want to do that. I'm talking to people who are not just like dreamers. I'm talking to doers. I'm talking to people who know in their soul, in their hearts, that they are meant to do something else, that want to make the time, that will make the time to embark on this journey. So a few weeks ago, I brought up to you guys that I was creating a community for Black women to win. And I didn't tell you a whole lot about that community at that time because I've been building and creating and working on it, okay? The community that I'm talking about is going to begin with a cohort of 10 to 12 Black women max, okay, who are serious about embarking on the entrepreneurial journey. That's my thing. I'm an entrepreneur. I love business. And I want to help Black women get themselves out of the toxic job, get themselves from being stuck over there, unhappy, or even those who have already been forced out, to get themselves to a place where they are actually making money, where they have generated income from a business that they created on their own. Now, this community, like I said, is a beta, 10 to 12 women max. We are going to talk about all of the things when it comes to finances, capacity, time, offers, pricing, just getting it done so you can get into motion on your business. Now, I'm not talking to people who want to do something, but they don't know what it is they want to do. This particular program and community that we're starting with are for people who know what they want to do and they're ready to go. I'm not saying that we won't be able to work together or do something if you don't know what you want to do, but for the women who are ready to do something now, I don't want to waste time. It can take weeks. It's a completely different effort and exercise to determine what it is you want to do. A lot of us know what we want to do. We just don't know how to do it. And I want serious women. I don't want looky-loos. I don't want one rotten apple to spoil the bunch, because I'm talking about community, weekly meetings with the group, one-on-ones with me. I'm talking about exercises and projects and homework that is going to take you to where you want to go. I'm talking about community. I've been in cohorts where I didn't feel it. I remember I did one with this coach I used to have, and it was, basically all white women, because she was a white woman. And I remember we were sharing where we were with what we were doing. Okay. It was kind of like everybody was in a little bit of a different place, but I remember I put up a homepage of a quiz that I was working on, and the picture I used was beautiful. It was like a beautiful picture of me. I'm not even going to lie. And this one white woman said, "You look so angry in the picture." And I just was so pissed and annoyed because, just like tone deaf. It's like, bitch, really? Really? Like, you gonna call me angry looking? So I just knew that community was not for me. I feel like Black women are so we're just different. We're struggling with our own things. We've got our own shit to deal with. And, being able to work in a community with each other where we're able to uplift each other, talk to each other, vibe with each other, bounce ideas off of each other, that's going to be very much a part of this. So I just don't want that type of shit. I've been in community like that, and it just wasn't for me. I've never seen a community like the community that I'm trying to create. So if you are serious about wanting to start a business, embark on the entrepreneurial journey, go to coffeenocream.com/community. You're going to book a 15-minute call with me, because I'm going to be vetting the women that I allow into the program, because again, you've got to be serious. It's just imperative. I think the energy around the women in the group needs to be just in sync, right? I really, really do. And if it's not a fit, I'd rather know now, because I just want this to be a beautiful experience, and I want every woman in the community to have success. So coffeenocream.com/community, book an appointment with me. I'll ask you a few questions. You'll book an appointment. It's free, no pressure. The cohort is going to start in March. I'll have more specifics when we get on to the call. And we'll decide if this is the right thing for you or not. And I'm excited about this. I just want us to win. I feel like God has put this on my heart and in my mind and given this to me to do. And I just feel very strongly about it. So I just want us to win. So visit coffeenocream.com/community and let's see if it's going to be something that you want to join and do with me and whoever decides to join us. So guys, I think that's it for today. Just remember, you've got to be careful. Protect your mind, protect what you let in. Don't fall victim to scrolling and doom scrolling and doom purchasing, which we've all done. Really take some time to think about what it is that you want to do, if you want to go this route, if this is the pivot direction that you want to go, and examine your capacity, examine your transferable knowledge, and put yourself out there so people can see who you are. And if you need help with that, feel free to book time with me on coffeenocream.com/motion, book a motion hour. And I can help you figure that out. But if you're ready to go, you're ready to start your business, you're ready to get it going and grind it out, coffeenocream.com/community, where you can then get the support that you need. We are going to be there for each other. I'm going to be there for you, with you along the way. And then when we're through with this cycle, there'll be cycles to follow, because there's more than just starting a business. You need the support to keep the business going. You need the support along the way. And so the community will continue and go and go and go. Okay? So hopefully, guys, I've given you something that is helpful today. If you made it this far, I didn't say my usual, please like, please share, please subscribe. Facebook group link is below. What else? That's it. That's all we got. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for joining me, continuing to join me here every week. And I will see you in the next episode.